Well, hello, all. I'm so glad to have you joining us today. I'm your host, Sherry Cressy with All Aboard Travel, and I'm so happy to be able to bring to you our Cruise and Travel Expo 2021 Home Edition. We have an exciting presentation today. I know I've gotten a lot of feedback and emails with questions about this, and we're going to be speaking about Azamara today. And shortly, I'll introduce to you our special guest. Before we get started with today's presentation, just a few housekeeping things to go over. Should you have any questions during today's presentation, please take advantage of the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen. Type in any questions that you may have throughout the program, and time permitting at the end, we'll do our very best to answer any of those questions that we can. Also, you can reach us at 1-800-741-1770. Now, at All Aboard Travel, we are located in the Fort Myers area of Florida. We've been proudly serving our community for well over 32 years. But even better, we are part of Travel Leaders. Travel Leaders is a global company, one of the largest travel companies in the world. And so when you work with us, you're working with a powerhouse to back you and support you every step of the way. Also, to keep in mind, our advisors are certified expert level trained travel assistants and advisors. So when you speak to any of them, you're really giving yourself the benefit of all of their knowledge and expertise. Couple of things I wanted to share with you today. Now, those of you who are familiar and who have worked with us before know that we host our Expo live and in person at the convention centers every single year. This year, we're doing things a little bit differently. As you can see, we're coming to you virtually into your home. Makes it a little bit more comfortable, but we did want to make sure that you were able to have all of those goodies you've come to love and wait for each and every single year. This year, if you choose to make a reservation with All Aboard Travel by February 8th, 2021, you're going to be able to apply up to a $500 on-board credit per stateroom on a sailing. Or if you've enjoyed any of our other presentations of the all-inclusive resorts that we offer or the tour packages we offer, you can certainly apply up to a $500 discount on those as well. So in order to get the details on how you can apply that, simply reach out and speak to your travel advisor. Now for even better news. We wanted to do something special and really go out with a bang this year in our first year of doing this virtually. So for those of you who are on today and those of you who have registered and attended our presentations, you're included in an entry to win the grand prize of a $1,000 All Aboard Travel gift certificate. And I'm really looking forward to giving that out to one lucky winner here soon. So good luck to all of you. And last but not least about All Aboard Travel, just a reminder that we have a special division within our unit. We love groups. And not only do we love groups, but we are phenomenal at it and we are experts. We know that in the past year, 2020, we simply weren't able to gather with our friends and family the way that we would have wanted to. We couldn't enjoy all of those celebrations. And going forward, looking into the year 2021 and into 2022, we want to make that happen for you. So whether it's a family occasion, a group, or an organization that you're a member of, a club, what have you, give us a call and we will be able to guide you on the right direction to be able to celebrate with those friends and family members again. Now, as a reminder, I'm Sherry Cressy with All Aboard Travel, 1-800-741-1770. And I want to thank you for attending today's edition of our Cruise and Travel Expo 2021. Now, for what you've all come for, the exciting and good news, we are going to learn all about Azamara, and I have somebody wonderful that I would love to introduce you to. I would like to bring on board Mr. Lionel Garcia. Hi, Lionel, and thank him for joining us today.
Hey, how are you, Sherry? Thanks for having me here. I am so excited to be a part of this. This is fun. It's neat. It's new and it's different. So I'm excited. If you listen, since we are in everyone's home or wherever home is, just keep in mind you might hear my dog bark. My son's home today from school. We have a dog sitter that we're interviewing right now. So anything can happen. I will tell you, I did lock my door because I don't want to have a similar thing as those really funny videos that you see online. That should not happen today, but you might hear other noises. So excuse me in advance for that.
Oh, no worries at all. I think so many of us are in the same boat. We have so much pent up demand. We're all trying to get out. We can't wait to travel. We can't wait to go places. We can't wait to get on ships. But yet the reality is that we've got kids who are home. They're doing school from home. We've got pets. We've got, in my case, I've got some construction going on down a little bit of a way. So you might hear something there too. And of course, you have to deal with all the technology troubles that sometimes occur. That's okay. We just kind of will go with the flow and do the very best we can. Actually, I've promoted you to co-host. I'm going to drop off video and I'm going to allow you to take over control and share all your good news.
All right, here we go. Let's see. I want to share. See if I get this working the way it should. I know it's thinking, so I'm sorry if there's a delay here. I'm working on it.
Looks on my end like it's just starting to load now. So
Okay.
I see the PowerPoint, not on the starting page as of yet, though.
Yeah. I've tried to disconnect all of my devices that might be stealing my bandwidth, so I'm working on it. Let me see if I could stop my video if that helps. Okay.
Looks good, Lionel. I can see your start page of your presentation.
I am, but I think you're looking at the presentation mode. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm swapping it out right now. And let's go to page 1.
Page 1 is always a good place to start. Of course, if we really wanted to be fun, we could start with the last page and just go backwards and see how talented you are.
Yeah. Good. All right. I'm almost there. I'm sorry. Let's 6, 5, 4. And I'm going to leave my video off for now just to keep the bandwidth on the presentation, and then I'll come back to video when it's done.
Okay, and just a heads up on Zoom, when you want to play videos, if there's any music or verbiage during the video, you'll need to hit the share computer sound button on your share page.
Perfect. Well, I have no videos. It was just my own, like, so that you guys can see me as I present. It
Okay.
on that way, but because of technology, we're just gonna go on through. So Sherry, can I get started? Is that all right?
Looks good to me. Go ahead and let her rip, Lionel. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you all for attending today. I am so excited to present to you Azamara. Azamara was created about 14 years ago by the Royal Caribbean family to develop a brand that was wrapped around delivering destination and to essentially create a new form of cruising. And I don't know if you've been watching travel news. I know I'm in the industry. I know Sherry's in the industry. We live and breathe industry news every day. It's our business. But I know some of you may not be in the business, but you live and dream travel because you can't wait to start traveling again. And I wanted to share with you some exciting developments that have taken place with Azamara within just the last 8 days. I think maybe we're at 10 days now. And it's been really, really exciting. The first of that news could have been interpreted in many different ways, but the first of that news is that Royal Caribbean Group has entered a definitive agreement to sell Azamara to Sycamore Partners. They're a private equity firm, and that's going to take place here before the end of March. So by April 1st, Azamara will no longer be under the umbrella of Royal Caribbean Group. So that can be scary, but what was exciting was that they promised us to not only take on our brand and our ships and our employees and our crew to keep everything the same and as it always has been. They've also agreed to grow us and make us bigger and have more ships so that we can reach more customers and more parts of the globe. And so now maybe they were just selling us a bag of goods and telling us how great they were going to be to us. But guess what? They put their money where their mouth was, and they surely did. And this is just, I believe, the beginning of what's going to come for Azamara. But we've added a fourth ship to our fleet. We've actually acquired the Pacific Princess, which is a sister ship to the Journey, the Quest, and the Pursuit. And in the business of cruising, sister ships mean that they're the same. So we now have 4 identical vessels, each carrying less than 700 passengers, having 400 crew, and this is what we've been able to do. But now, just because we're excited and we keep growing and they're injecting all this cash, doesn't mean that we're going to resume cruising willy-nilly and disregard everything that's happening out in the world. So Azamara has currently suspended all voyages for our 3 ships, soon to be 4th. That 4th ship should come into service starting summer of 2022. We've now suspended through May 1st on our 3 ships. So we have the Journey and the Quest resuming service May 1st, and we will resume service with the Pursuit on May 9th. And so this is our 3 ships today. Well, maybe not specifically today, but this is what they look like in Glasgow as they are docked, awaiting the resumption of service. So to stay connected and know more about what's happening with our fleet, you can do that by visiting our website. Well, actually, you can visit and ask any of your travel partners at All Aboard Travel, but you can also visit our website, Travel Advisory, and that's where you're going to be updated. Now, what's causing the delay? What's happening? Well, since we're still part of the Royal Caribbean family, we've partnered with them to develop a healthy return to sail panel. This is a panel of experts within the industry and out of the industry, including medical experts, to come up with the procedures and protocols, if you will, to bring cruising back safely and in a healthy way to the United States. And they've identified about 74 different protocols. Those protocols have already been presented to the CDC, and that has allowed the CDC to conditionally lift the no-sail order on cruising. But to work around those conditions, the cruise lines have to operate in a test environment. So those test cruises are still to come. They were originally scheduled for this month. They are now going to have been postponed. But once those test cruises take place and the findings meet the expectations of the CDC, then we can, at the cruise lines, can expect the CDC to lift the conditional no-sail order to a sail order. And that is what we're hoping for. And that's why, as you'll soon learn, if you haven't learned already, most cruise lines have suspended their itineraries through end of April or early May of 2021. And as you can imagine, none of us in the industry expected to be in this position, but that is where we are today. Now, I want to share with you something that Azamara has done to help in this time, keep you thinking and dreaming about that next vacation, and hopefully help you plan that next vacation. We've implemented a program called Cruise with Confidence. This essentially was created to give you the confidence that we believe you needed to feel that it was okay to make an investment in a future vacation plan with our brand. The first of those benefits is the fact that you can assure yourself the best price or the best offer up to 48 hours prior to departure. That's for those of you out there that say, listen, the cruise lines are hurting, they're just going to lower their prices. Well, guess what? If that's what you believe, and it may very well happen, you are honored the lowest rate up to 48 hours prior to departure. The next option that you can take advantage of with Cruise with Confidence is that you can cancel for any reason. It doesn't even have to be COVID related. You woke up and your hair was in the wrong place, and you now don't want to go on that trip. Well, guess what? You can cancel up to 48 hours prior to departure and receive 100% of what you paid in the form of a future cruise credit. And the last option, and this last option will fall off by the end of this month, but you can also lift and shift your cruise. That means you can take your cruise that you have scheduled in 2021 and move it to a cruise before April of 2022 and not pay $1 more than what you've already scheduled to pay in 21. Keep all your benefits and everything that you had on your original cruise and just move it over and carry it over 1 year. So the new Cruise with Confidence program is going to be implemented February 1st. It's going to keep the first two elements, which is the best price, best offer guarantee, and then also the cancel for any reason and receive 100% of the funds paid up to, in the form of a future cruise credit, up to 48 hours prior to departure. And this new Cruise with Confidence program will be extended through April 30th. So I know this is what is on a lot of your minds, but you didn't come to learn about this. You came to learn about Azamara and what makes us unique and what makes us so special. So we are this 3-ship cruise brand, now 4-ship cruise brand, that was developed to deliver destination in a unique way. Cruising really has become more and more about the ships and less about the destinations. And that's sadly because in the traditional sense of a cruise, you spend no time in port. By the time you're really gearing in and sinking into the experience in that cruise port, guess what? It's time to get back on the ship and begin your cruise vacation to the next destination. So Azamara's purpose is to connect people with people, people with cultures, people with themselves, giving our guests the opportunity to see life through a different perspective. And I like to think that that perspective is the view of a local. And the only way you get to see the view of a local is to be in the destination when the locals are out and about and enjoying the destination the same. And what you can, I'm sure you would agree with, that happens once the sun goes down and the sun sets and we're in port late. And that's why with Azamara, I know this is going to be a crazy fact, but with Azamara on a 10-night cruise, 8 nights are dedicated to the destination. So if you've ever wondered, why can't I spend more time in port? Or wouldn't it be wonderful if this ship would overnight here? Or, oh, look at this, honey, there's a show going on. Wouldn't it be great to watch this show in the destination? Now you can do that with Azamara. So we have destination immersion is essentially everything that makes us unique. And this is because we visit worldwide destinations. Our 3 vessels prior to the suspension were visiting 7 continents. We were stopping in ports that the large ships cannot call on. We were centrally located in many of those ports where we're right in the heart of the city, in many cases sharing docking locations with yachts or even river cruises. And then our longer stays and more overnights. And we've also pioneered this new concept of cruise vacations called country intensive. And this concept, I think, is really special for those of you who might be land lovers. I call some of you land lovers cruise curious. And I know you can't see my face, but I just did air quotes for cruise curious because you love land so much, but you're intrigued by what it means to be on a cruise and the flexibility of unpacking and packing just one time. Well, now with our country intensives, you can spend an entire vacation on a ship exploring just one country. And that is something that doesn't really exist today except with Azamara. So let's go ahead and talk about these country intensive voyages, because some of you might be planning trips right now or wanting to plan trips to France, Italy, Spain, Croatia, Ireland. You might have your eyes set on these destinations and you're working with your team at All Aboard Travel to plan that vacation. But right now that vacation looks like a land vacation, right? Because you just want to see Israel, or you just want to see Japan, or you just want to see South Africa or France. But guess what? Now I'm going to throw a little curveball at you. Now you could also think of a cruise vacation. And here's some examples. We've actually been able to identify 15 different countries, and we're offering 40 plus voyages to these countries where the entire voyage is dedicated to that country. So in this example here, this is a Spanish intensive. We begin in Barcelona, we're going to end in Lisbon, which is another country. But the beauty of this is that the entire voyage, 8 total nights of the 11, are dedicated to Spain. And the highlight of this is the overnight in Lisbon and 2 overnights in Sevilla. And if you've never been to Sevilla or want to go to Sevilla, most ships can't stop in Sevilla because it's actually very much interior, but it is adjacent to, or it is surrounded by, or through it goes a river, and we can actually sail up that river and dock right centrally located in Sevilla, and you are there for 3 days and 2 nights. Another beautiful country that we visit with our country's intensives is our Norway intensive. And this one has 9 nights dedicated out of the 17 to Norway. My favorite one that I want to do it is on my bucket list is an Ireland intensive. This is a 12-night program where we get to overnight in Dublin, we get to overnight in Belfast. So you get 2 countries, right? Because you have Northern Ireland and Ireland, but we get to cover the entire island of Ireland and do it in 12 days. And the best part is that you only had to pack and unpack one time. This is something that's very special and something a tremendous benefit for cruising. Now, Greece, I've been to now about 4 different times, but for some reason, it still pulls on my heartstrings. It's a country that I want to go back to. I love to visit. And I think almost every time I show this slide, somebody goes, oh, or ah. And so we do Greece in a really special way. We have our Greece intensives. This is a 10-night program, round trip Athens, but 5 of those nights are late nights in Greece. Now, this is just one example of about 7 different Greek intensives. We have another one that actually late nights in Santorini and overnights in Mykonos. This one, late nights in Mykonos, as well as some other ports. But look at these little destinations. These are the lesser known destinations in Greece, but all the more special because they're not frequented by many travelers. And then, oh, I skipped the wrong one here. Sorry about that. And then there's Israel. Now, Israel is a destination, a country usually visited by land. You'll fly out to Israel, spend a week. Some people can even spend 10 days there. With Azamara, we have a 10-night program, round trip Athens, that dedicates 5 nights to Israel. You're going to have 3 days in Ashdod, 2 days in Haifa, really giving you the opportunity to experience Israel the way you want to. Some of our guests do not even come back to the ship. They get off the ship on day 1 and not come back to the ship until day 5 before the ship departs on her way back to Greece. And so that's the beauty about Azamara, is that it's not the traditional way that you think of cruising. It's the way you should be thinking about travel, so that you can really immerse yourself and spend more time, do more things, try more foods, try more of the culture, and really feel like you have become one with the destination that you're visiting. I like to say that Azamara is a land vacation company that uses floating hotels. And I think that's really the best way to describe what it is that Azamara does. We are a land vacation company that uses floating hotels. Now, these next 3 itineraries are not country intensives. You might argue they're Caribbean intensive, but as you know, the Caribbean is not just one country. It's a collection of beautiful island nations. So I want to highlight these because these depart from Miami, and these are not in our brochure right now. We call our brochure our destination guide. But it really, I just wanted to highlight them to you because this just may be the perfect way for you to try Azamara as your first trip. And then you don't have to fly halfway around the world to experience it. You could just drive down to Miami or fly down to Miami. Depending where you live in this country, you can get to us pretty quickly. So the first one is a Thanksgiving cruise. This is a 14-night program with 9 nights dedicated to destination, 4 late nights. And the highlight of this itinerary, other than St. Bart's and Tortola, I'm going to point out that this is going to be the magic stop on these next 3 voyages, and that is Labadee. And I know that you hear my dog. Her name's Sophie. She's quite the barker. I think our dog sitter might be leaving here soon, so sorry about that. But the reason why I love Labadee with Azamara is because when we visit Labadee, we are the only ship in Labadee. And this is important to note, that Labadee is built as a beautiful private island destination, but keep in mind that Royal Caribbean sometimes puts 2 ships in the destination at the same time. So you could easily be in this destination with 10,000 plus people. Well, when you're with Azamara in Labadee, our ships only carry 700. And when we do the Caribbean, we're almost never sold out. So therefore, you're looking at probably 600 or fewer people on Labadee. It is going to be truly a private island destination. The next voyage is December 10th, also round trip Miami. I've heard nothing but incredible things about Isles de Saints. In Guadeloupe, I've never been, but this is truly a French owned island and one not to be missed. But the one that I want to highlight here is St. John. And the reason why I want to bring this up is that many of you have probably been to St. John on a shore excursion from St. Thomas. But how wonderful to be able to actually tender right into the yacht club in St. John and enjoy a full day in St. John to experience the beautiful, unspoiled beaches of St. John. And then the last voyage is a Caribbean holiday. This is December 23rd. This is going to cover Christmas and New Year's. And again, what an incredible itinerary, 10 ports, 3 late nights, and essentially covering all the highlights of the places that are less frequented by Caribbean cruise ships. Now, Azamara is going to continue to push the boundaries and limits with itineraries. And you can see here, we've already opened up 22, and we're open through April of 23. And I can't wait to see how many more late nights and overnights we're going to have once we announce the beautiful itineraries that the 4th ship will be doing. So this is just with 3 ships. It is quite a remarkable feat that with just 3 ships, we can cover so much of the globe. So as you can see in the photo here, we got to put in now our 4th ship, but as you can see in the photo, all 3 ships are the same. Soon to be 4th ship is also the same, each carrying 700 or fewer guests, each having 400 plus crew members to serve the needs of you when you're traveling with us. Our main goal when you travel with us is to make you feel like you belong, like this is your home away from home, and to also make you feel like essentially you have your extended family and your house floating along these beautiful destinations. The only thing that gets to change is the scenery and the wonderful countries that we visit. On board, we include so much in our pricing already. Not only do we have some fantastic cultural events, but we also include our drinks. These are going to be a collection of our standard spirits, beers, wines, bottled water, soft drinks, specialty coffees, juices, teas, and even your gratuities are built into your price at any level. Now, if you decide to upgrade to some of our additional levels, there's even more amenities included there for you. So as you can see, I have 2 slides dedicated to all of our amenities. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit easier and tell you that there are 3 things that I don't include. I don't include airfare in my pricing. I don't include internet in my pricing. And I don't include shore excursions in my pricing. So those are the 3 things Azamara does not include in their pricing. However, our current promotion, which I'll share with you soon, is including Wi-Fi as long as you purchase an ocean view room or better. So now there will only be 2 things that we're not including. I highlighted this group already. This is the group of our officers, are the men and women that serve you when you're on board. Their goal is to make you feel like you belong. And I am proud to say that many of them have been with us since we started 13 years ago. They're the reasons why about 60% of our guests are repeat guests, and they continue to come back with us, is because they've built this familiar relationship with these individuals, and they can't wait to travel and explore the world with them. So I know I mentioned already some exciting changes, but at the end of early 2019, we made some big news because we did something that many cruise lines don't do, and that's that we eliminated the casino. Now, if you're a big-time gambler on cruise ships, I know this might be breaking your heart, but here's the thing. With 8 out of 10 days of a 10-night cruise spent in port, the casino wasn't open. So even if you love the casino and we had one, you couldn't play. And so what we did was we transformed the casino into the den. The den's on deck 5, midship, windows on both sides, and it's really become the hub, the center point on board where all of our guests get to meet and connect and enjoy discussions about what they just did that day. They like to enjoy their drinks before, after, or even during dinner. Maybe they skip dinner and just enjoy the piano playing that takes place here. But this has really become such a happening place, and our guests have really gravitated and embraced the den concept. Some of our accommodations I wanted to share with you. This is one of our suites. It's called the Spa Suite. We're going to have these on all 4 ships. Currently, we have them on 3. And my favorite feature of this accommodation is that glass enclosed hot tub that sits out on the veranda. Then we have our entry-level suites. These are our Club Continent suites. And as you can see, they're very comfortable, 267 square feet, another 65 square feet on the veranda. Now, our standard accommodation, also comfortable. This is going to be 175 square feet inside, 40 square feet outside. And many of our guests do find themselves choosing this room just because they realize they're not going to spend very much time on board. So they'll have a nice, comfortable accommodation and spend most of their time off the ship. So let's talk about our offers and what we have going on. This is what's very special about me being here with you, is that we have our wave promotion. This is up to 40% off most departures that are taking place between May of this year and May of next year. And then in our Ocean View accommodations, we're going to extend, and above, we're going to extend unlimited internet per 1 package per stateroom, which is quite special. This promo will run till the end of March. So there is no hurry to move on this at this moment, but this is a really neat deal. Now, I did want to give you a little glimpse to something that I would ask you to just make a little note to call your agent and advisor at All Aboard Travel, because starting next week, Friday, on the departures that are going to be leaving in 2021, most of our 2021 departures, we will extend a $500 onboard credit to combine with our free Wi-Fi and up to 40% off. So this is really rich offer. We're calling this our Future of Discovery sale. Internally, we're calling it a flash sale. So we usually are not supposed to be promoting these, but I didn't want to miss the chance to give you a glimpse to what we're going to be offering. But I get, maybe you don't want to travel in 2021. You're here to plan a little bit further. And like I mentioned, we have all the way through April of 2023 open for sale. So I've created a special offer just for those of you in attendance for All Aboard Travel and any of your friends that you invite to book with All Aboard Travel. I've extended a special offer of up to $500 onboard credit. This is going to be funded by Azamara through All Aboard as a thank you for investing in your future vacation with Azamara. So before I let you go, I do want to just remind you, we have extended our Cruise with Confidence program. This is going to give you that peace of mind that your investment won't go to waste, and that you could change your mind and cancel at any point and earn 100% of what you paid in the form of a future cruise credit. So you'll have up to 48 hours prior to the departure to make that decision. And if we do happen to lower our prices, or a better promotion comes out, or one that you want to take advantage of, we will always, up to 48 hours, move that in your favor up to 48 hours and give you the best price and the best offer guarantee. So with that, thank you so much for your time and your attention. And Sherry, if there's any questions, I would love to answer any questions that may have come in.
Well, fantastic. So now is a great time to take advantage of that Q&A box located in the bottom of your screen. If you do have any questions, feel free to type them in. Although I'm sure everybody's still processing all of that wonderful information and all of the goodies that you just shared. It's just simply an amazing deal. So a couple things that I picked up on is the great news and the wonderful opportunities that people will have to extend their stays and really immerse themselves in the places that they'll be visiting during your sailing. So having all of that port time really helps. You know, quite honestly, when you were mentioning the casinos, the clients that really want them, that still wants to visit the places that they're going to, many of those places have casinos there locally. So right. I don't think that that's going to be quite, to be honest with you, I don't think it's quite a problem, or it will be really missed. I think the extra space for people to really spread out is a wonderful thing, especially right now. And something to keep in mind with all of these goodies that Lionel just mentioned to all of you, keep in mind that All Aboard Travel is a preferred partner with Azamara. We have a an amazing, very long-standing relationship. And this is why we're able to bring to you all of these extra goodies and these little tips that Lionel was nice enough to share with us. So keep in mind, it is wave season. Make an appointment if you need to speak with your travel advisor, and they will be sure to advise you always of the best time to book to take advantage of the best deals available. Also, with the Expo discount in booking by February 8th, you're going to have those additional things that you'll be able to layer on top of the promotions that Lionel just spoke about with all of us. So a lot of exciting news, a lot of wonderful experiences to be had, and a lot of great things coming down the pipeline with the cruises planning to begin sailing again this coming May. So I'm just happy it's all good. And again, give us a call at All Aboard Travel, 1-800-741-1770. And with that being said, we haven't had any additional questions come in. I think that you did a fantastic job. Lionel, thank you again for joining with us today. Thank you again for your partnership, for all the wonderful things that you provide to us. Oh, we just had one. I'm not sure. Oh, it's just a comment. One of our attendees just said, really great itineraries, Lionel, and thank you.
Awesome.
And again, I wish to thank you again, Lionel, and I want to thank all of you for joining with us during our Cruise and Travel Expo 2021 Home Edition. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Farewell.